Hey y'all, this is a Devo to go. Quick devotionals for everyday living. Paul writes these letters to these churches, and he's writing to Christians, and he's trying to help them adapt and to live in the society in which they live in. Sometimes with us as Christians, we need someone to guide us and to help us learn and instruct us on how to live in the world in which we're in. Following Jesus ain't easy, right? So Paul writes to the church in Thessalonica, in Thessalonians, this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, and these are people that have turned away from the false idols, the false gods, the false ways of living, and chosen to follow Jesus, which separates them from their culture, okay? They are not fitting in. Think of today, people celebrate all kind of other stuff rather than celebrating Jesus. And Paul tells these Christians here, he says, aspire to live quiet lives and to mind your own affairs. Some versions says, mind your own business. In other words, Paul's saying, listen, just live a quiet life. Don't try to start a whole bunch of problems unnecessarily. He said, try to live a quiet life and mind your own business. And he says, work with your hands as we instructed you. The reason why he says that is because some of the believers, they were expecting Jesus to return right then and there. So they were giving up their work, saying, Jesus is coming back any day. I don't need to pay my bills. I don't need to do that. He says, no, listen, you need to be working to provide for your family, provide for your loved ones, okay? And then he says in verse 12, do this so that you can walk properly before outsiders and be dependent on no one. Man, these are simple instructions for life right here. He says, work, mind your own business. Don't be starting a whole bunch of unnecessary drama. And he says, live a proper, orderly life, okay? And he says, do that in front of outsiders so other people will see that you are living a righteous life. And he says, and don't be dependent on anyone. I want to encourage you, and some of you ain't gonna like to hear this, but stop starting unnecessary drama, all right? Don't do that. All right. Now, we may have some drama because we're standing for Christ. That's important. But don't just start unnecessary drama with your neighbors, with that crazy neighbor that you don't like, with that person that lives downstairs in your apartment complex. Don't do that. He says, listen, try to live a quiet life. And here's another thing. He says, work. You need to work to take care of your own. Don't wait for handouts all the time. Don't be a lazy bum Christian. Work, right? Okay. Right now, you watching the video and you need to fill out the application, get a job. Turn the video off right now. Go get that, fill out the application. Go get that job. All right. You need to work. And Paul says, listen, don't be in a place where you got to depend on others all the time. Don't be in that place. So I want to encourage you, all right? Be the leader God has called you to be. Be the one that is the holding down your household. Be the one that is working to provide for your family. Take that responsibility seriously and stop with all this drama, with all these other people and all these other things. Focus, live a quiet life. And if you're going to make some noise for Christ. Amen. So people can know Jesus. All right. So I know this isn't an easy one, but I think it's a good one. And if the Bible tells us to do it, we probably should do it, huh? Amen, y'all. Have a blessed one.